Welcome students of Foundation 1501. As a tutor for the course, I am inspired to speak to you about self-directed learning for the reflective-reflexive practitioner. To acquire the principles of a reflective-reflexive practitioner, you are encouraged as students to develop and practice the skills and techniques of a self-directed learner. So what does self-directed learning means? What is required of the self-directed learner? And why is this practice necessary for students of this course? What is self-directed learning? Several scholars in this field define self-directed learning as the process of moving from a transfer of knowledge from teachers to students to the discovery and construction of knowledge through you, the students. In other words, self-directed learning is putting learners in charge of his or her own learning. Speaking of being in charge of one's own learning, let us look at what is required of the self-directed learner. As a self-directed learner, you are required to be autonomous. Make this course your own in that you plot the way forward. Identify ways in which you will direct your actions in meeting the requirements of the course and at the same time doing so in a reflective manner. For example, in regards to the activities of the units of this course, what procedures and techniques you will incorporate to get them done. How will those techniques and strategies help in shaping your overall discovery and management of the course? Remember, you are taking charge of your own learning. As a self-directed learner, you are required to manage your time effectively. To keep up with time, since it will not wait for us, you are encouraged to not procrastinate. Create an action plan with a schedule and following through on it. Remember, it's all about pacing yourself as you progressed in the course. As a self-directed learner, you are required to be responsive. Respond to the activities of the units in a timely manner so you can provide your peers with reflective and constructive feedback. In being responsive, how will you adhere to the objectives of the course readings? What will you have to do differently in this course to achieve the goals of the units? As a self-directed learner, you are required to know who you are as a learner. Do you know the you in you? What is your learning style or preferences? For example, what will the VARC questionnaire tells you about your learning style? Try it and let us know what's your style. Knowing who you are as a self-directed learner is knowing where you are going, why you are going there, and how you intend on getting there as a learner. Finally, a self-directed learner is required to challenge his or herself to grow reflexively. So how do you challenge yourself? You do so by going the extra mile in your learning. You challenge yourself by doing what needs to be done to get substantial and fruitful results. For example, forming study groups, reading additional materials on the course, and Engage in reflective-reflexive activities. It's critiquing your previous learning approaches and embracing one that is self-directed and one that leads to self-empowerment as a student of this course. In closing, I leave you with this question. How will you take advantage of your own learning now that you are aware of the tools needed for one to become a self-directed learner? I also leave you with the triple R words from our course coordinator. He encourages us to read, reflect, and respond. I am looking forward to your engagement in the course. Have a wonderful semester.